video, but I will say a little backstory right quick. So the last video I posted was a recording of me playing this guy on Xbox. His name is Spider-Man 711. In real life, you know him as Ben. And I played him in Rocket League before, but it was on his Xbox. I beat him in 2 games out of 3, but it took me a minute to get used to the controls. And I warned him if cross-platform ever came out, he wouldn't stand a chance, which is exactly what happened. Now cross-platform, as you can see in the news window on the right, is available now. So he challenged me after beating some guy 12-0 in this solos match. All right, that's cool. And he challenged me to 1v1s. First of all, I don't even play 1v1, so it's whatever. But I've seen how he plays, and I can tell he is not to my level, like straight like that. But I played him in 2 games. The first game I won 8-1. The second one I won 9-2. That's a total of 17-3. In 2 games. So I scored 17 goals in 2 games. I've never done that ever. Nah. So I whooped your ass, Ben. I whooped your ass. But I'm gonna do a video breakdown explaining why he lost. As most people don't know, I do play competitive Rocket League. I'm a former Diamond player, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's not a great feat, but that's not an easy feat. And one of my ways of critiquing myself is watching film. Kind of like how NBA, NFL, and actual athletes watch film. I watch film. So I'm about to explain exactly what happened here and why Ben lost and the reasons that caused him to lose. So you look at the time frames, the timestamps, right? I get 8 goals. He has 1 goal. I have 2 saves. That's 11. That's 11. Timestamps right there. So I'm gonna explain what happened on the first goal, why I scored. So it starts off. Okay, so he tries to get this clear here. Not that good of a clear, so I would have to rotate back all the way. But what? He has to get into net right here. He's still in a good spot, considering that I'm not really all that close, but I'm coming in. So he could have gone in net. But he just has to play the ball. Okay. I try to go for a shot here. I try to go for an aerial shot. I twist and try to go for the aerial shot. And he kind of, he touches the ball and it kind of throws off my shot placement. So right here, this is where the mistakes start. He's facing a good direction. He bumps me, right? Now, I'm out of position. I have 0 boost. He has 74 boost. I'm out of position. I'm facing technically the right direction, but so is he. He's facing that same direction. He has more boost, and the ball's in the air, and there's nothing they can do with this ball. Boost. And right here, he has 72 boost. He is almost lined up with the ball and the goal. There's so many options he could do here. He could go for a dribble. He could go for an aerial touch. He could, just go for a shot on net from here if he has that accuracy. He has so many options. And the thing about opportunity is, it doesn't matter what the opportunity is if you don't do anything with it, which is exactly what happened here. This missed opportunity. He blew every chance he just had there and waste boost at the same time. Whereas me, I'm flipping. I instantly have boost now. He is now in a bad spot. The momentum has completely shifted. Now, all I got to do here is turn around, and the same thing. There's so much I could do here. As of right now, I could dribble. I could try to go for a shot. I could, do what I want to do because I have the better position. I have the most boost, and I'm ahead of him. He's out of position. He's behind me and the ball. If there's one thing you want to do, you always want to be between the ball and your goal. Now the ball is between him and his goal. And he has no boost. Now, what he could have done here, now that he's had the missed opportunities will happen. But what you do afterwards is what's even more important. Because now the missed opportunity is past. It's in the past now. There's nothing you can do about it. Only thing you can do is how you correct and how you go about that missed opportunity. Even though he has 0 boost, the best thing for him to do is not go after the ball, but see that small boost pad right to his right that's on that blue stripe? You can try to pick that up and try to go back into net and play defense. Now, the key word is try. He could have tried to do that, but instead, He tries going for the ball with zero boost. I have 86. No. Now he goes past the ball. Now it is ideal for him to go to just forget about the ball and get back into net because now he's out of position. But instead, he decides to go for a touch. Now he's airborne. He has zero boost, and it's already one thing if you are in a if you're in a bad position and you commit to something that isn't good. If you're going to commit to something that's a bad decision, commit to it. Don't miss. But he misses completely. Now he's airborne. He has no boost. I still have 86 boost. And now there's absolutely nothing he can do. And that's how the first goal was scored 29 seconds into the game. The next goal. This comes from bad touches and rushing himself. Now, here in this play, I got a decent clear. I'm able to push up a little bit. I notice he goes for that. And the thing is with him, even before the missed touch, look, he has full boost. He's in good position. I have 44. Technically, even though the ball isn't his, he has the advantage. Because he can shadow, he can play defense on the offensive end. And you do that by shadowing the ball and by getting back to your net at a reasonable pace and distance. He doesn't even think about going back to net. He's using his boost. And not only is he using his boost, he's using it like he's wasting it. There's no need to be using boost at this moment. You could have picked up that boost pad and denied me from picking it up. The ball does a weird angle that just puts the ball upwards. I know this goes upwards. This is a bad spot for me. I have zero boost. I'm not even going to try to go for this ball because it's directly above me. I'm going to go back to net. He touches it. And then now he's past the ball. He's airborne once again. And the thing is, when you're airborne, there's nothing you can do, especially if you're airborne and you're going downwards. If you have downwards velocity. If you have downwards velocity, there's nothing you can do. That's it. Gravity will take its toll. There's no way you would need unlimited boost to boost yourself back upwards to start even gaining upwards momentum. So because of that, I'm able to get an easy look and now have 80 boost. And now instantly the tables are turned once again. Once I land on all four wheels, he is out of position completely. And this is bad choice making. He decides to go for the boost back there. All right, that's fine. But notice the moment he picked up the boost, the boost number never went to 100. That means he was holding the boost button the entire time when he picked up the boost. He's holding the boost button. So that means he's wasting boost again. And his priority here is to get back into net while also conserving boost. And you do that by flipping, by doing forward flips to get back into net. He doesn't do that once. So by the time he does get to net, he has like 15, 21 boost. And it's too late. There's nothing for him to do. And I've taken the shot. 2 goals after 55 seconds. This next one falls under prioritizing. Now, so here I am with the ball. I have 73 boosts. I'm in good field position. He's in good field position. He's in the box. He's where he's supposed to be to play defense. He may be facing he's facing a questionable direction. I mean, it works in his favor, but this is questionable. I would have been facing straight ahead. Because to his left of the screen is where you would want the ball to go, but the ball goes to the right, meaning behind the car. It's very hard to manage that. But luckily it worked in his favor because I lose control of the ball. I lose control of the ball right here. And now I'm out of position. Even though I have 56 boosts, he has 45. It's his ball. He has a better chance of doing something with this. And he does. A good touch, hitting it towards the wall. But he's using boost to do so. He didn't pick up that boost pad after touching the ball. And now this is where prioritizing comes in. I have lost control of the ball and I'm also out of position. So that means it is his priority to stick with the ball regardless how much boost he has. He runs out of boost here. And instead of sticking with the ball, he decides to drive past the ball and pick up the boost pad. By the time he's decided this, I've already reestablished myself. I've reset, and I'm now committing to reacting or responding to whatever he does here, or whatever occurs. What I notice is he ends up being passed the ball. He picks up the boost. I'm on his tail by a good 30 meters of offensive pressure from him, because now he is between the ball and my net, meaning there's no way he can take a shot from here. It's physically impossible for him to take a shot from this position, from this very frame. He would have to go back behind the ball, which is what he tries to do, but he doesn't do it. So I forget about him. I let him, because if I do try to go for the ball, I could potentially correct his mistake. And that's the thing. Whenever someone makes a mistake, you want to do one of two things. You either punish them for their mistake, or you let them, handle their own mistake to your benefit. So to buy time for your own needs. I have no boost here, which is my need. I go for the boost instead of trying to go for the ball. He tries to make a touch here because he felt me coming. He felt the need to do something, but I didn't do anything. And then now he's back in a good spot here, but instead of controlling the ball, he does this weird jump. Now he's airborne once again. The ball is up in the air. I noticed the mistake because the ball is, bouncing slowly. So I pick it up. Now he's driving backwards. He's not even facing the ball. He's not, facing the net. He is obligated to return back, to retreat, because he is immediately on the defense now, because I am going full force towards this ball. Now he decides to drive backwards, and like I said, when you drive backwards, it really messes up your positioning, because unless you know how to drive backwards, you're going to be, going in directions you don't want to go. And he tries to go forward again to try to contest his ball, but by the time he realizes that, and by the time he attempts to, I'm already up in the air. Look, by the time he decides to jump, I'm already well off the ground. And I take the shot, and it's too late. And that's how the third goal was scored with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. This next goal, there was some lag in the server. So, things happened. I'll just show the lag right quick. Right here. So it was some lag there, but this is what happened to him. We want to rewind back a little bit. So here's the face-off. He wins the face-off, and he doesn't be patient. You have no boost. There's nothing you can do with it. Ball is gonna. And another thing is anticipation. You gotta know when the ball is that high off the wall and it comes down to the ground, it's gonna bounce and go up pretty high. I noticed this. I try to play a defensive touch on this. He touches it before I do, so I end up, being out of position for a second. I pick up the boost I need. He has 0 boost. The ball and the boost are virtually at the same spot, so that's good for him. He could take boost while also maintaining control of the ball. That touch right there was necessary to keep the ball away from me. After that, he should have went to net. Because now the ball has the orange shield behind it. That means the ball is moving quick. But he decides to touch it again. And then again. And that third touch is what really messed him up. Now the ball is going back away from me. I lag. That helps him out. But he doesn't do anything once again. He flips bad. And by the time he does, I've already reestablished myself on the wall. And that's another thing. His reset game is slow. So right here. At this moment, it's a race to the ball and the net. From this angle, I could take a shot. If the ball wasn't moving, I could take a shot from here and put this ball on target. Because me, the net, and the ball are lined up perfectly. For him, he has to choose either the ball or the net, because they're not lined up. Which is good. You never want to be lined up with the ball and your own net when you're on defense. That leads to own goals. You want to be able to be in between them. He is not really between the net and the ball. He's lined up with the ball, but the net is to his left. To his right, sorry. So he has to prioritize the net over the ball. He decides to go for the ball, and by the time he does that, all I gotta do is a simple touch, and now he is instantly out of position, regardless how much boost he has. So, because of that, he ends up giving up a wide open net when he could have when he could have, let the ball go here, get into net, see how I play the ball, and then go to net. If he had drove to net and this little touch right here, he would have been neck and neck with me, and it would have been a neck and neck race to the goal, which could have resulted in either a save or a goal. But the thing is, you will never know which one you get if you just go for the ball when for where it's at, instead of going for the ball for where it's going to be. So discipline here is the failure here. Whereas for this goal, the failure here wasn't discipline. The failure was prioritize. Prioritize is the right thing. He decided to prioritize the boost over the ball when you should be prioritizing the ball over the boost. Whereas in this goal, he should have been prioritizing the net over the ball. So the chain of prioritizing in Rocket League is always the net first, the ball, and boost comes second. Boost should be a secondary thing. It should be second nature for you to collect and conserve boost. You shouldn't be thinking about how much boost you need, and you shouldn't be wasting it. So discipline and prioritizing is what caused him to lose those 2 goals pretty quick. This next goal here, I'm not going to just critique him, I'm going to critique myself. He goes for this shot that looks like it's going to go up the wall. So I decide to go up the wall to try to clear it, but it bounces at the last second instead of rolling up. So now I'm out of position. He's in good position here. He goes for the shot. I land awkwardly. I am not parallel with the goal line. That blue line that's right on the back of my wheel. If I landed parallel, I would have got the save. I have 70 boost. That's more than enough boost to have a decent save on this ball, but I don't. So that's how that happens. That's how he gets his goal in this game. If it wasn't for that, it would have been a shutout. It happened for 2 things. The first thing not being that important. I won the face-off by like a half a second. If we were to slow this down, so you could see exactly how fast I was moving, I get to this ball so much sooner than he does. And not only do I get it there before he does, I hit it at an angle that puts it away from him. And that's called a face-off win. I completely win the face-off. He doesn't even have a chance of touching this ball. Not because I used less boost and I flipped in my face-off attempt. I grabbed his boost here and I flipped. Whereas he just grabs the boost and drives the entire way and tries to flip at the very last second. That's the slowest. That's slower compared to this. Because the moment I grab the boost, I flip and I get there faster. Because Rocket League is a game of speed and inches, and I won that battle. But that's not why that's not why I scored. I scored because he lost the face-off, but I didn't. Now, back to the prioritizing. This goes back to what I said about prioritizing, and this is one of the rare moments where you want to get boost before the ball. Because I've won the battle. The ball is on his side of the field, and he is completely out of the play. I might as well be in free play right now, is what I'm saying. So I could go after the boost, and still I won't be risking him recovering. But he still could have tried. He tries to get back, but it's the way he tries to get back. He's not utilizing the flips of his car to get back. So I'm saying he's just relying on the speed of the car, which people don't realize it. The speed of the car is actually very slow compared to everything. Like, that's the slowest you can move besides driving backwards. So he decides to drive forward, and he's holding the boost button. So the moment, these small boost pads are 12 boosts each. The moment he picks them up, you don't even see 12 because he's using all of it before he even, before he even gets into the tank. Had he been flipping, because it takes 3 flips to go into supersonic. It takes about like 30-something boosts to get into supersonic. So if you could help it, don't use your boost to get back on defense. Flip. You want to, so you want to flip and get the, you want to use boost on offense. So that's why the goal was allowed there. Because the moment the face-off happens, I win the face-off, I get the boost. Like this is actually very sad watching this right now. You could easily be flipping. You could do 3 flips to get back to net easily, but he doesn't even do that. Like that's not even gold players do that. So I'm guessing if you were to play in competitive, he'd be ranked in like silver. But it is what it is. This next goal happens because once again missed opportunities. This right here should have been a goal easily. So he gets control of the ball here. He starts to dribble. It's actually a pretty decent dribble, and he gets a good shot, good flick. Unfortunately for him, it hits the pole. Hits the post, I mean. He tries to go for another shot, doesn't get it. He gets the boost here. I have 58 boost. I try to go for an aerial dribble. I fail. And he's matching. He right here it's weird. He has full boost, but he's just driving. This is when you want to use your boost and not flip, so you could keep control, keep all 4 wheels on the ground. But he's just driving. I mean, this driving in Rocket League won't take you anywhere unless you are dribbling, unless you have the ball. That's the only time it is acceptable to actually just hold R2 and use the stick, or RT since he's on Xbox. But he doesn't even do either of that. He's just driving, and he tries to play the ball. He plays the ball here well, because I mess up. He notices I messed up. I'm now past the ball. This is a good time for him to play the ball. That's a good touch there. Now, I'm out of position. There's nothing. I'm driving backwards here. I'm moving backwards. So I try to half flip. I fail on the first half flip. Right here, I am out of the shooting lane. He is lined up perfectly. Car, ball, and goal are lined up perfectly. He could take a shot here. But he doesn't. I do my half flip, and as I'm doing my half flip, he completely misses the ball. Now, missed opportunities will come, but like I said before, for the first goal, how you react and how you fix said missed opportunity is what determines the outcome. Had he just turned around and headed straight for net, because once you miss the ball in once, that's it. Forget about the ball. Get the net. Because now your opponent is getting ready. Now, luckily for him, I wasn't getting ready as fast, but I went and grabbed the boost I needed. Oh, I didn't even grab boost. Never mind. So, by the time he reestablishes himself to get back behind the ball, I'm already facing him now. And that shooting lane, he's no longer lined up with the goal. And when he tries to get lined up with the goal, it's too late because I'm right there. As you can see, I'm literally, this is the jump frame right here. I just pressed X, and I'm denying his shooting lane. And not only have I denied it, I've hit it so he doesn't, stay behind the ball. Now he's past the ball. And once again, he grabs boost and he just uses it. He doesn't flip. He doesn't try to get ahead of me. I was already like just going at supersonic. I wasn't even going supersonic. Never mind. Like maybe he could have caught up. I don't know. But the point is, he missed opportunity and he's not. He could have caught up, but he just doesn't know how to manage his boost and move faster. Because you gotta understand, holding circle or B, whatever button it is on Xbox, that's not the fastest way to move in Rocket League. If you use boost and flip at the same time, you will move much faster than just holding boost. Clearly he doesn't know that, and which is why the score is 6-1 with just less than a minute to go. This goal is just terrible patience, like asinine patience. Like this is ridiculous. And terrible rotating all at once. So at the face-off, right after the goal, I just wrote down after this goal, he goes for a face-off here. He wins the face-off cleanly. All right, I'm out of position now. The first thing I do is go for boost because I know he doesn't have boost either. That's another thing. And once after the face-off, neither person has enough boost to go after the ball, unless the ball it literally didn't go anywhere. So the first thing you want to do is go for boost. His best choice at this very moment is to go for that boost all the way at the left side of the screen. I mean, not the left edge, but like on the left side of the field, the full boost. He doesn't. He decides to go after the ball. This is a repeat of what happened with the last goal I had, or one of the goals I described, where I went after the boost instead of the ball. He decides to go after the ball, but he has no boost. You can't do anything with no boost unless you have the ball. You could do something. But if you're in open field, you're literally in the center of the field, you have no boost, and you decide to go after the ball. Where I also have no boost. I have 12 because I picked up a pad. But I go for boost. He decides to go for the ball. And even then, he has a chance to score here if he positioned himself correctly. If he drove to the left side of the ball so that him, the ball, and the net were lined up, he could get a decent shot. Probably a shot on goal. I don't know if it would be a goal because by the time he does get there, I'm already in position. And as you can see, look, I'm flipping to get back into net. I'm not just holding boost. Like I pick up the boost here, I use a bit, boost, use some more. I don't just hold boost the entire time. So even though I got 100% boost, I got there and I managed to hold on to 64 boosts by the time I get there. That means I've only used like 36 boosts. I haven't used my entire tank. So boost management is very important. So back to what he did. He decides to try to go for a shot without waiting for the ball to even cross the mouth of the goal or deciding to go to the other side of the ball to get a cleaner shot. So what it results in, he just stalemating the ball up against the wall. Ball pops up upwards. Now he is in a terrible spot. Like this is literally the second to worst spot you could be in Rocket League with this much boost. The worst spot is inside the goal, inside your opponent's goal. So now he is directly under the ball, and I've already jumped. He has 3 boosts. How much boosts do I have? Like 60 something? 43 now. And I take the boost from him to deny, so I can guarantee he's not going to catch up with me. Because knowing that he was there already tells me there's no way he got boost. So I know he has no boost at this point. He picks up this boost pad, uses it up again. He doesn't try to conserve it. That's what I'm talking about, this boost management. And at the same time, he's rotating behind the ball. If the ball is going towards your net, why would you try to follow the ball? You're not going to get in front of a ball that's moving unless the ball is moving slow. And in this case, I'm pushing the ball, so I'm controlling the speed of the ball. And you have less boost than I do, so there's no way you can match my speed. If you caught all that. So the best thing for him to do is not to follow me. The best thing for him would have been to instead of going in this direction, he should have turned left and go in this direction to travel at a parallel route than trying to get behind it and pick a boost along the way and not using the boost but flipping. So by the time you get to the net, you have all the boosts you've collected instead of just using all the boosts to get to that destination. But instead of doing that, he decides to follow me. He's hoping this boost will help him, but he's holding that boost button. So the moment he picks it up, he's using it all over again, and he realizes he's not gonna get that save. And that's that. So I don't. It's a shame. Now this right here, this goal happened because. How did this go happen? I forgot how this go happen. Driving backwards. And this bad positioning. Like, if you're going to play defense, bro, keep your back to the goal. Not your side, not your front. No, you want to keep your back to the goal. You want to be facing downfield. Especially when the ball is this far away. If the ball's close, then you want to be like, left and right like you are right now. But so now he's forced to drive backwards, and he does this terrible touch. And now, once again, you never want to follow your ball going back into the net. Like, yes, that causes own goals. You could call that luck on my part, on my part, that's luck that went in because my shot was mediocre. Like, that's a terrible shot. But I got lucky that he touched the ball. For him, he should have recognized that the shot was weak and did a better save, a better clear. So that's just sloppy. Ben, that's sloppy. And I want to. There was no goal here, but I want to critique this face-off. Where both players are lined up. You know, with everything. I mean everything. I mean ball, goal, and opposing player. There's two options. You can either do one, what Ben does here, and go for the ball. Or two, do what I do, go for that boost up there and back up into net and see how he plays the ball. It's a mind game. He tries to go for shot, and he goes for shot in probably the worst way possible by actually front flipping into the ball. That doesn't. If he drove into the ball would have been upwards, and it would have forced me to jump and use my boost. And that's the thing about Rocket League. You want to force the opponent to use their boost. But his problem here is the fact that he started to drive backwards. Like, I don't get a score here, but this is an opportunity for me. I failed, but he is driving backwards. You don't want to drive backwards, bro. Like, ever. Look at it, and then even right here, even after he could have stopped right here, waited for the ball to pass to get in front of him. He could have waited for the ball to get in front of him, but instead he decides to drive to continue driving backwards. And I've always said this: if you need to drive backwards, the thing you need to do, if the ball's behind you, what you want to do isn't drive backwards. What you want to do is do a half flip. And I said this on Snapchat. And a half flip is when you do a back flip, and then halfway through the flip, you rotate. That way you're facing the direction you need to face. So, and that's why Ben lost. Not because of skill, not because of any type of finesse. I didn't finesse Ben. No, I didn't finesse him at all. He shot himself in the foot 8 times. and that can't happen. Rocket League is too costly. In a game where every second counts, you can't afford to make that many mistakes. Like, I can't stress that. You can't afford to make that many mistakes in Rocket League. It's where's the goal with the half flip that I wanted to break down? But you can't. It's important that you just don't make mistakes. When you make mistakes, things go south for you. You know. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah. So here's a better example of the half flip I was talking about. See, I have to go backwards now. Instead of driving backwards, I start doing backflips to build momentum, and then I do the half flip. Look at all that space I've covered from just doing that. Look at this. I've covered tremendous amount of space just from doing the half flip. Whereas compared to what Ben did, driving backwards, you don't cover that much space in that time. That's another thing. His fundamentals and his mechanical understanding of the game is lacking by a lot. So he's the reason Ben lost is because of miscommunication. Wow. Because of missed opportunities, discipline, terrible patience, bad prioritizing, mechanical understanding. The fundamentals just aren't there. Resource management, like he's wasting boosts and not using the mechanics of his car to move around the field at a faster pace. Because as you can see, at any given moment, I have more boost than Ben, like almost at any given moment. We're tied here because it's the face off. Um, he has more boost there because he just picked up a boost pad. But almost at any given moment, I have more boost in him. Oh wow! Now it's showing areas where he had more boost. But the point is, the boost management from his end was not good. So here's a clip again where he's just not even thinking of picking up boost. He's just driving and because that's why Ben lost. I didn't finesse him. There was no ridiculous goals. I didn't do any ridiculous mind games. No aerial goals. I didn't use any demos or any type of flicks or anything like that. This is pure fundamentals. I beat him on pure IQ and how to move around the field and make wise decisions on situations. Like instead of going after the boost or going after the ball, if I'm in a bad spot, I just go back to net. Rotating, you always got to reset because you want to keep your back to the net and the ball in front of you. That's how Rocket League should be played. The furthest you should be going forward is parallel with the ball. That's it. You shouldn't be going past the ball, and that's it. The moment you do, you have to go back. There's no half rotating. But that's that. That's me. That's done. I'm done critiquing Ben. I will say this, Ben, don't ever keep my name out your mouth about Rocket League, because I just broke down why you lost, and watching this tape even closer, you are trash, my nigga. You should delete Rocket League, bro. If you're going to talk trash about Rocket League, don't talk trash about things you don't know how to do. You can't play this game. You're terrible. Nigga, go stick to Call of Duty and Blackout and all that, because I see you're good at that. Stick to that. Okay, I don't play that, John, but I can tell you do. Stick to that. Don't be trying to, that cocky stuff is not going to take you anywhere, especially in Rocket League, because you've been playing for a couple of months. I've been playing this game since it came out, so, and I know what I'm talking about. And as you can see, I watch film. I understand how Rocket League works. You don't. If you still want the work, I will clap you any day. In fact, I will score 3 goals for you in the first 10 seconds of the game and still beat you. But anyway, that's that. I don't know how to end this video. All I gotta say is, if you watch this entire thing, thanks for watching. Ben, if you are watching, you suck, your ass, delete Rocket League, and that is that. Final score was 8-1. Yeah. Ben, you're trash. I'm out.